So, I'm sorry for the fuzzy screen and for the fuzzy everything. But if you're in bed right now and you're having trouble getting out of bed, I thought I'd go on a journey with you to get you out of bed. Yay! That is, if you can physically get out of bed. If you can't physically, technically get out of bed, then, well, there's other things we have to address. But let's say it's just I just don't really feel like getting out of bed because, yeah, your back or your hara is stuck to your bed. You're like, yeah, no, I just want to be stuck to the bed. Okay, so first things first, you're going to just kind of arch your back a little bit, tuck your belly into the bed, push your ribs into the bed, stick them in. All right, and then release out and lift you're not lifting anything off the bed except for just your ribs. Just your ribs. Okay, arms over your head. I need one of those cameras. Does anybody get me one of those cameras that you can, like, put over the bed that goes straight down? I would really appreciate it. Okay, first off, get the pillow out from underneath your head. Ugh. Hi. Ugh. Okay. So, okay. Oh yeah, that's actually a great exercise. So next you're going to lift your bottom, the hips, and you're going to lift them straight up into the air. Ooh, like that. Just go straight. I don't know if you can see it. It's kind of hard to the angle. Okay, and you know what? Just hold that. Just hold and leave your knees and your hips as high up. Not as high up as you can. No, don't make it as high up as you can. Make it just a comfortable level. The point is your glutes are being squeezed just a tiny bit. You're not like doing heavy duty stuff. You're just making it so that you're stretching your back out that way and you're showing your brain and your body that you can have that part of you off the bed. That's usually actually the hardest part, I think. And wiggle your hips a little bit. Basically, you're lengthening your spine and trying to get where you're realizing, one, that your spine is no longer attached to the bed, and two, the idea of letting it feel capable and as you're going to go out. Okay, again, some more cat-cows. And you don't have to necessarily do the whole cat-cow, just where you're wiggling your hips in and out, maybe do some hula hoops. So you got your hips functioning. Okay. The next thing is you're going to lean your side, so you stick your knee over and you go, okay, stretch it out. And again, so now you've unstuck your back on this side, so it's now no longer stuck to the bed there. Yay! So you've got your bottom lifted up. Now your bottom's back down, but you've shown your brain the bottom can be unattached. So now you're just lifting one side at a time and you're twisting your spinal cord. Again, it's about lengthening your spinal cord and showing your spinal cord that it can be done. All right, other side. Oh, you know what? That's my 10th side. Yeah, and you'll find that one part of your body just is like, no, I'm not really on board with this whole stretching thing because I haven't gotten moving for the day. And when that happens, you don't rush this process. You just you give yourself a whole 20 minutes to do this. I'm doing a rush process right now here with you, but the idea is you let yourself just stretch, like right now. I think I'm going to take a second to breathe through this. Oh, and while you're here, while you're hanging out, waiting, in each one of the movements, you're waiting for your back and body to, like, sometimes, depending on which one your body objects to, like right now for me, this is the one my body objects to, it tenses up a little bit. Or either that or you just feel the tension. And you're like, no, I don't really want to, like, your body's like, nah, I don't know what you're talking about. I don't want to be moving this way. Hang out there for a little while. Just breathe. Let your body come to terms with the fact that it is in this new position. And you're not doing a hardcore stretch here. I mean, folks, don't do this where it's you're creating pain. You're going to the point where it's just a gentle stretch, and it's a falling. You're letting gravity do it. It's not where you're putting muscle into this. You're just letting life and the body connect to itself, letting it connect to the room, letting it connect to the position. And maybe for you, is it an earlier position that you're doing this in? Okay. Now, for me, my back is so tight and tense that I'm actually sticking my hand now, and I'm going back there and massaging it. So in any of the positions, if you are finding that the muscle is just really tight and tense, take your hands and go and listen to that spot. Like, let that spot have some loving attention. You're not pressing hard. You're just going in there and just kind of like wiggling your fingers over it a little bit and breathing into it and just saying, hey, look, I'm here. I'm connecting to you. If you were a massage client of mine, that's basically what I would be doing, is I'd have you moving around. I don't do the traditional massage for clients. You're just laying there on the ground on your little yoga mat, and you stretch around and move, and you feel where the tensions are, and then I put my hands and I just go in there and I work that muscle and say, hey, look, and I'm not like trying to undo it. I'm just saying, here, it's being listened to. So you do that for yourself right now. As I'm doing for my back, I have a lot of issues on my, one side of my body tenses up the other. Whatever. Anyways, chattering here as I stretch. Stretch. Okay. Oh, what I was going to say is, while you're here, you could be wiggling your toes while you're stretched over on one of these sides. In fact, I'll go back to the other side. Oh, yeah, tensed up that side. See, sometimes you need to go back and forth on sides. So now I'm going to work on that side a little bit. And, something you can do is you can do some shoulder or knee rotations. So I don't know, I guess you can't really see what I'm doing. Okay, so I'm taking my knee and I'm just sort of, I can't picture it, just rotating my knee around. So the idea is you're just moving your knee around to loosen that hip up area a little bit, letting your body know it can move. Yeah, I'm going to do the other side too. Moving the knee around, and I'm doing full swings here, just like full moving the leg around, all the way around. Big full circles. Lifting my head back, lifting my head forward, lifting my head back, my head forward, side to side, shoulders. I mean, this is all stuff you would do standing too, and I do want you to do some of this standing too, but for me right now, this is just letting my body know that I don't have to be attached to this bed. All right, you wiggled around, you stretched side to side, you wiggled your toes, pull in, you do, bring your knees to your chest as tight as you can. And out, hands over your head, stretching. Again, pull your knees to your chest, side to side a little bit. Wiggle your feet, flex, point your feet. Now, for those who can do a back bend, this is a great point to do a full back bend. Careful on the bed. Or just even a half, just something to lift your back a little bit further than you lifted before. Again, always be careful anytime you're doing things around your neck and stuff, because you don't want to tweak your neck. So be careful. I mean, listen to your body. You know what's good for your body. So unless some doctor has told you don't do something, you experiment and listen for yourself, but you do it carefully. Like, folks, don't sue me if anything happens to you, because this is your responsibility. Do not do any of this stuff unless you've released all liability to me. You are listening and figuring out what works for you. You do it carefully. If it hurts, don't do it. Simple as that. If it's like a little mildly, like it's a stretch, there's a feel-good stretch and there's a hurt stretch. If it's a feel-good stretch or where it's just tension, you just sit there and listen to it for a few minutes and see what's going on. Maybe it's just needs your fingers worked on it. Maybe it's a tension or thoughts and stress that's just getting to you. the whole point is about listening. All right, now I've wiggled. I'm just showing you what I do for myself, folks. You know, I am no longer a certified expert, even if I was at one time. That's all bull crap, by the way. They teach you some classes and you get certified, and yeah, when you've been working on people for 30 years, yeah, you learn a thing or two, but everybody's freaking different. Like, no matter what I know about me, whatever I know about Joe Schmo over there who I've worked on for a long time, your body is going to be completely different. So what works for one person may or may not work for you. All right, lots of love. All right, now, what are we doing? Oh, yeah, we're wiggling. We're trying to get out of bed. Yeah, I still don't want to. Sometimes the mental part just, you've done all this and you're like, no, still don't want to get out of bed. Well, there are a couple different options. So you can sit up and roll up. And I don't know if I feel like doing that. Okay, the other option is you roll over like that. So now, okay, your back is no longer attached to the bed. Now it's your stomach, which is not as comfortable, and you're not going to want to stay there as long. By the way, you're not on your stomach just laying flat. You're actually on your elbows, if you can. If your lower back hurts too much where you can't do this, or for some reason you can't do this, then it's okay. If you can't roll on your stomach, maybe you're pregnant, maybe you just have back issues, stomach issues, whatever it is, and you can't just sit here on your elbows, then when you roll over, you go and be on your, actually just go to hands and knees position. In fact, that's actually the next step. So after, for those people who did roll over on their stomach and went to their elbows, the next step is what I'm actually telling everybody else who can't do that. The next step is just going. Now, normally I would, hold on, pause for a minute. Normally I would stay here for a while and like maybe roll, move my legs around or something, but I just breathe for a second. But if you can't do that, then you go straight to the arms and knees, and so all my weight is on my hands. It really would be great if I had one of those videos that moved around. Okay, hands and knees. And I'm gonna do some cat cows here. I'm gonna wiggle my hips and my shoulders and them down, just making that spinal cord more malleable. You can do whatever rotation, like do a full circle with, like do a hula hoop. Do a hula hoop with you're on your hands and knees, but you're doing the hula hoop motion. Or your cat cow, side side, wag the tail, lift the shoulders, wiggle the shoulders. You're basically just feeling around, checking out your back. Be very careful because you can tweak your back if your muscles are really tense, if you're really tight. Like if you didn't massage all the kinks out of it while you were laying down on your back, this could cause a kink. So be careful. Do not jolt and jerk the body, causing that tweak. You're gentle. Do be very gentle. Now, I know my body can handle pretty rough movements, but if you're new to this, you want to do gentle movements because I've tweaked myself. I've tweaked my neck before. I've tweaked my back before. So every movement you ever do, and even people when you think you know your body, especially if you're somebody who hasn't been moving around much, like when I first started moving again, 3 times I tweaked my body when I was just moving again, and it's because I thought I could do all the good stuff, and sometimes you can't. All right, I've shaken and wiggled myself all out now. Now you sit onto your knees. And this is to prevent the head rush when you stand up. So you're going to just sit up. And you can sit with your legs over your bed. You can sit just on your knees. Right now I'm just on my knees. You want to work your hands, and this is also something you could have done while you were laying down. Work your hands through your hair and kind of get your scalp invigorated a little bit. Yeah. And you could do this while you were laying down. I personally find it easier to do this while I'm sitting up because then I can really get in there. I love giving, when somebody's sitting in one of my chairs, just a scalp just to get it invigorate. Lift up. By the way, lifting up like that helps release the tensions in your, what do you call the base of your head? It's funny because I know vocabulary, but then like my brain gets stuck. Oh. And this entire time you're lengthening your back and moving your back a little bit too. Or just sitting there, just connecting. You don't always have to constantly be moving, just connecting. And see, look, it's already been 15 minutes. It's breathing. I love you so much. I love you for trying and just wanting to, like, make it easier on yourself to get out of bed and to connect with me while I try to make it easier on myself to get out of bed. There's the mental, especially when you have anxiety or depression, or just stress. Like for me, it's just, I'm overwhelmed by a lot of the stresses. I've let things go for, I can't say, yeah, I gave up. So there's different types of depression, and people have this myth that one type of depression out there is, the only type of depression out there is the suicidal kind. No, it's not. It's just when you get tired from all the stress, when you get overwhelmed from all the stress, when you've got so many things, or you feel helpless about something, and you don't know how to get out of a rut. There's all kinds of, there's baby depressions that only last 5 minutes. There's long-term depression that lasts for years. It's the depression is, and it's something I really hated admitting. It's the act of feeling not as energized and powerful as you normally would. And so there's tricks to helping them. There's medicine you can take. I personally can't do that. I have been there, done that. I'm so sensitive to everything and for me, my body varies depending on my diet, and so I cannot personally do that. So I have to find other means that work for me. And sometimes you just have to be down. But when you're ready, when you're mentally decided, okay, it's time, you're going to get out of bed. Learning to breathe, learning to connect, and you can either share it, like I want to do with you. I feel better when I get to share it, or do it by yourself personally. I don't like to share it in person, but connecting with the filter of this video, it helps the idea of just wanting to let you know that you're not alone. I'm not alone, because you have you. You're there. You exist, and that helps. Anyways, okay, so more head stuff. Make sure it's ready. Really scratch in there. You know, like really get in. Give you a facial massage. Yeah. Squint your eyes. Do a yawn. Shoulders. All right, you ready, folks? Are we ready to get out of bed now? All right. I love you so much. I think I'm going to sit up. One step, 1 foot. 1 foot off the bed. Yay! All right. And then after this, if you want to fall back in bed, fine. But you got out of bed. Putting the next leg up. Yay! All right. Hands above your head. Looks like I still have my nerve problem in my leg. Yeah, we're going to work on that. I love you so much. Thank you for being here and listening in on this, even though it's crappy-ass video footage. I hope this helps somebody, someday, sometime. I love you so much just for trying. We're going to do this together. We're going to go out there and succeed with our dreams. You're going to go out there and whatever it is you wanted to work on today, let's go do it. Oh, by the way, if you're standing here and you want to do a little bit more shakeout, there is another video we can do. I'll do that later. Right now, I'm going to get up and walk around and check in with my family. I love you so much. Mwah.